project about your siege of Constantinople.
Yeah.
Did you pick that up at all?
So you listened to that one? It was that was with Hector, wasn't it? I talked about that. Yeah.
That was when you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it was amazing just to speak to Richard about the book, because it's had such a big impact on me. And I mean, he was so quintessentially British historian. I loved it. I can't wait to share the podcast because it's like like an old. I'm not calling him an old, but he's kind of old. Sort of English quintessential historian, shirt, jumper, just like books on the bed kind of thing. Like I loved it. I loved speaking to him. I had a massive smile on my face. So the project is going well, but it's one of those things where, see, a lot of people look to me, Adam, and they're like, oh, okay, what non-fiction book are you going to write? And I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like a non-fiction book for me, it's almost a lot more difficult to approach a non-fiction book than it is a fiction book, to the degree that it's the research around it. And I don't really have a topic. I'm like, well, I could talk about habits, but then I'm competing with Atomic Habits. I could talk about psychology, but then I'm competing with, Angela Duckworth or Carol Dweck, who have PhDs in this. So I'm like, I could talk about productivity, but then I've got Cal Newport and stuff. So there's like me, it needs to be like a standout subject that I know something about and I've researched about, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort. But from the fiction side, I feel like for me, it's just like there's so much creativity and there's so much like storytelling, and I love it. And you can pull elements from non-fiction into fiction, whether it be philosophy, psychology, or just contemporary stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's going well. I'm about 25,000 words in, but it's one of those things where it's gonna, I always think about it posthumously, because I'm gonna be like, okay, what am I gonna talk about the book once it comes out? I'm already thinking about what I'm gonna say about the book before it's even come out. And I think the thing that I'm gonna say is like, it was gonna take me probably 10 years to get it done, because I want to travel to the places. I want to, absorb the cultures. I want to take photos. I want to take videos. I actually want to track it on YouTube, and I want to track my progress about writing it, visiting these places and talking about it, and interviewing people for the podcast in relation to the book. So when the book comes out, it's like there's just this wealth of information surrounding it. So, I mean, for me, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, and I'm in no process to rush it, because my process of creation, it's like nothing should be rushed to the degree that it impedes the quality of the work. So like I think about Jordan Peterson's first book, Maps of Meaning, which he spent 15 years writing, and he rewrote each sentence at least 7 times, and I'm like, probably should approach it the same way. So thank you for watching this video. To listen to the full podcast, click the link in the description below.